Joined by Kylie Minogue, perhaps better known as Charlene from Neighbours. Kylie has become a big star down here, thanks mainly to her chart-topping hit Locomotion, which was #1 here in Australia last summer for 2 months. Well, now Kylie is about to steal the show in Britain with her new release, I Should Be So Lucky. Here she is, singing it around the streets of Sydney. Kylie's with us this morning. Good morning.
Hi.
And the best of luck with that. It should be a real winner, not just because it's good, but because you've got the best producers in the business, haven't you?
That's right, Stock Aitken and Waterman.
So you must have recorded that in Britain.
Well, I was over there in October. I took 2 weeks off from Neighbours, and I suppose I was there for about 10 days.
So when you started out, did you mean to be an actress or a singer? Or both, I suppose?
I don't really know. It's just happened. It's great.
Your first screen role was in The Sullivans, wasn't it?
Mm.
How old were you when you had that?
I was in grade 6, which would have made me about 11.
Yeah, and what part did you play?
I played a Dutch girl called Carla, which was quite funny. I had to try and learn a Dutch accent. I had a man called Mr. Muskins would come round and go through my script with me and mark off, like cross out letters and put the letter I was supposed to say.
So that was The Sullivans,
Mm.
and a lot of people have been saying, why don't we run some stars from The Sullivans? Well, we are working on it, believe me. But right now, Neighbours, of course, I mean, it's so fantastically successful.
Mm.
How did you land the part, first of all?
I just finished school, finished HSC, and was glad to take a break after that. And the realisation hit me, I've got to get work, you know. So I found myself an agent, and it was the first audition that came up.
And it's been such a successful part. You're way ahead of us in Neighbours in Australia,
Yeah.
because you and Scott have left school and got married in Australia.
That's right. Don't know whether we should have told all you guys.
Well, we reckoned that it was a secret that was so good we ought to let people in on. Shall we have a look at some of the pictures, actually, of the wedding, just to prove to everybody that it is, in fact, true? There. Apparently, the scene filming the wedding was a real headache in a way for you because it was so meticulously detailed, wasn't it?
Well, especially in a wedding scene, there's so many people that there's so many different shots have to be taken. It's really hard work on a day like that.
And I can imagine it's something that the Australian public and the press were particularly interested in.
There was heaps of publicity. Yeah, it was amazing. It's hard to tell what the public think of it. It was just like dubbed as TV Wedding of the Year. It was amazing.
That's great. Well, we've probably got to wait now about a year to see it ourselves.
That's right.
Anyway, we'll be meeting you and Scott a bit later on, or Jason, anyway, a bit later on in the programme. In a moment, Martin Frizzell will be reporting on one of Australia's biggest industries, sheep farming. Who's Charlene from Neighbours is still with us. And we're also joined now by her screen husband, Scott, who is Jason Donovan. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
Are you enjoying this amazing fame that Neighbours has now brought to you?
Yeah, it's been an interesting 2 years, actually, sort of coming straight out from school. It's sort of taken me by surprise. I didn't really realise that going straight from school into a show was going to be as big as it was, or it is now, particularly in Australia and now in Britain.
Yeah, what I was going to say, not just Australia, but internationally
yeah, well,
now.
it's sort of hard for me to conceive exactly how big it is, because, as I was saying before, I've never been overseas, or I have been overseas, but I've never been to Britain to see the size of it. But from all the reports that are coming back, it seems to be huge, which is great.
It is, isn't it? It's appalling, really, that you haven't been to Britain, because your father's British, Terry Donovan.
Yeah, my father and my mother were married over there in Kent, I believe, actually. And my mother used to work, I'm not quite sure whether it was the BBC or one of on the Benny Hill show for a while. And,
really?
Yeah.
What did you do?
I think she was one of the girls that used to run around and got chased by
and chase him,
yeah. So, and Dad was also worked extensively through the theatre there in his younger days, I suppose, and is doing so now.
So it's in your blood. But I mean, what's amazing in Neighbours is that you both haven't just got good parts in a good, solid soap opera, but you seem to be the stars of the show now, because you've got married, and as you said, Kylie, it was the sort of TV wedding of the year, wasn't it?
I mean, there was a lot of attention focused around us last year. I think things will calm down a bit this year. The ratings are right up and they'll sort of explore different characters and different things, but...
Basically, I think the notion of Neighbours, though, from point A was to explore everybody as individual people and not to particularly expand on two stars or two particular people.
Did you know that eventually you would get married when you took on the parts originally?
The characters were sort of left as open right at the start, and we're trying to find this love triangle type of situation between Scott, Charlene and all other people. It was always that
the audience wanted Scott and Charlene together, and before they were married, of course, they split up, got back together again. So I think that's another reason that the characters became so popular.
So now you're both married, are you sort of boring and they're wondering what to do with you now?
No.
Well, I think, no. I hope...
You're very young to get married, it seems to me.
Well, that was the basis of sort of why the whole controversy started and the publicity began as a basis. Why should young married couples go into marriage at an early age? I mean, it's sort of, the characters were only 17 and 18 when they got married. But I think it dealt with the situation as like our ancestors and people going back, our grandmothers and people like that got married at 20, maybe even 18, maybe even 17. So why?
And they had about 8 babies, Kylie. Let me just ask you about the bicentenary celebrations coming up. Kylie, I know that you're going to meet Princess Diana, aren't you? Because you were in all of the newspapers yesterday having bought a new dress.
Well, yes.
To meet her in.
I'm not sure if that's the one I'm wearing, but I went out yesterday and I was joking about having to make a short curtsy because she's so tall and I'm so short. But anyway, I'll practice that.
Is this because you're singing in the concert that she's going to attend? Or, I mean, why are you actually meeting her? What's the event?
Oh, I think we'll all probably just meet Charles and Di afterwards.
Are you going to meet them?
I'm not quite sure yet. The bicentenary has been a totally separate thing to Channel 10 and to Neighbours, but we'll see.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you very much for the moment. It's exciting, actually, isn't it, when you think
it's a big year in Australia.
It is a very big year, indeed.
Particularly in Sydney, it's sort of a happening place.
Just walking around the streets now, all the lights have been done and There's flags. It's beautiful, really nice.
Sunshine helps a lot as well.
Sure does.
In a moment, Kay Burley will be reporting from the town of Alice Springs, which is literally right bang in the middle of Australia. First of all, we'll take a short break.